men on the move in 6 of the greatest cities of the world. And I'm on the trail of their top movers and shakers. They're not all cut from the same cloth.
In our globalized world, don't make the mistake of thinking everywhere's now the same. Each great city marches to its own tune. My background's diplomacy, cultivating networks.
As an ambassador, my job's to get to know some of the most powerful people in the world and find out what really makes them tick.
Crime, glamour, power, and influence. It'll all be there.
In these 6 cities, I'll grapple with the dark, Machiavellian heart of politics. I'll witness up close the lives of the immensely rich. And I'll get into the minds of those who really rule the roost. This is a journey to uncover the networks of power.
Like the mega-rich the world over, many oligarchs have retreated to gated communities, far from the prying eyes of ordinary Muscovites. One of these communities is Rubliovka, a 40-minute drive from Red Square, on the outskirts of the city. The local shopping mall is yet another temple to designer labels and fast cars. Back when I lived here, it was a one-horse town with a village store and a petrol pump. Outside a local restaurant, I met up with Dimitry Afanasiev, who runs one of Russia's leading law firms and has represented a number of Moscow's oligarchs. He's the very model of modern Russian man, has offices around the world and studied in the US. Dimitry returned home in 1999 to what people referred to as the Wild East.
Within about 12 to 24 months, I had 2 of my friends killed in contract killings. And I said, this is going to be quite an interesting challenge to do what I would like to do, which is uphold justice, and at the same time be successful commercially and make a difference.
Moscow can be a dangerous place to do business, and a decade ago, few left home without their bodyguards.
At that time, there were 2 types of law firms in Russia. The first type was basically a bunch of solo practitioners who called themselves Russian lawyers, and they would say, give me 100,000, I'll give it to the judge. And most of the time, keep it to themselves. And when the Russian clients found out, occasionally they shot them. Malpractice insurance, Russian style. So we said, hey, there's a great business opportunity. For starters, if you don't steal money from clients, you're a market leader. Second, if you actually know how Russia works, you can describe it in decent English. You're way ahead of the competition.
Moscow is a magnet for those who want to get rich. Thousands flock here from the former Soviet republics in the belief that the city's dangerous streets are paved with gold. To succeed here, like Afanasiev, you need a grasp of networking, Moscow style.
During the Soviet times, people distrusted the government. So the only network of support they had was their friends. And it was the kind of friends that sometimes were willing to go to jail for a friend if they had to. Friendship to the extreme.
Yes.
That's the Russian way of friendship. And then what happened is everything tumbled and turned upside down. Communism became capitalism. So in that big of a mess, how do you distinguish who you can rely on and who not? And the only thing that carried through all these changes is that old network of personal friends.
Afanasiev's network of friends quickly became a network of influence, extending beyond the oligarchs to the very heart of power.
The best way to build a success in Russia is to help Russia. For instance, our law firm has represented Russia as a country in some of the most important cases internationally. We feel this is the way we give back to Russia for the success that Russia gave us.
So if there's one person I ought to know here in Moscow, who should it be?
The president and a good driver.
And how do I get to see the president? What's the key to unlocking his door?
Think what you can do for Russia, not what Russia can do for you. And you'll get to see the president.
And to get a good driver, what do I need to do?
That's a more difficult question.
Today, Moscow's most powerful man is not an oligarch, but the country's president, Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin. I knew that with the best will in the world, there wasn't much I could do for Russia, so the likelihood of a meeting was pretty remote. But how close could I get?